A train reactor spitting fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your meme coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures grow. Web3 wonders.
Hey, Mega GMs, guys. Good morning.
Reactors on the scene.
Happy Monday. February 24th. We're cruising. On cruise control and hitting every bump in the road along the way. Damn, dudes. Another crazy weekend. Another one. And, the unexpected just keeps coming and happening, and it's unavoidable on this path to what? To the promised land. That's still coming. It's still coming, by the way. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not losing faith in anything at all. A lot happened over the weekend. More developments in the Bybit hack, which really did have the potential to be a black swan event, or, fair to say, maybe years ago, it would have been exactly that. It's the biggest hack here in crypto history. It is. It was that big. And on a bigger scale, it's one of the biggest hacks we've seen in the world. 1.4 billion, I think, is what we've settled on as the figure that was stolen. It's a lot of money. Developments on that front. Developments on Kanye's coin. Kanye is launching a crypto. At this point, that's very official. Without Kanye Kanye did come out and say he's launching a coin. So it's very, very official. Kanye does have a token coming. And so developments about that all weekend long. There was sad news on Saturday, guys. I think it was Friday night, but sad news there. You had a trader take his own life, and he did it on a live stream, which is absolutely crazy. And he did it over $500. But if that doesn't sum up how people are feeling about this space right now, that this was supposed to be the time where traders were making it, where you're making your fortune. And, it's easy to get caught up in the way influencers talk about this space, and they share their money and their wins. And by the way, most of it's probably not real. Some of those guys making a lot of money for sure. But got to remember, a lot of that's fake too. I would tell you, man, half of what you see out on X, probably more than that, is not real. Like at all. Either completely made up or embellished. But people like maybe him in particular got to realize what you're seeing out there is not real. It's, their currency is engagement. It's your likes. It's your views. And so most of what you're seeing is fake, and it's a bummer. Somebody feels that hopeless that, maybe he lost one opportunity and doesn't think there's anything else coming. I think a lot of people are there. Maybe not as deep, dark as he got, but feeling like maybe they missed this run. And there's more and more people saying that that's what's happening right now, that this bull market maybe is over, or maybe that we have 6 months to a year before anything resumes upward. 6 to 12 months to chop and slow bleeding out. And maybe that's the case, maybe. But if it is or if it isn't, doesn't change what we do here. You guys and myself, we're here regardless, watching, learning, exploring. And by the way, we'll be winning along the way too, as we always have. Anyway, let's get into the show. Let's talk about what has been developing over the past weekend. Make sure you subscribe over here on YouTube. It's at SlamX Official. If you missed the morning show, the afternoon show, catch up on it right over here. Back on track with our daily afternoon show, by the way. The Swarm Report, 2 p.m. Eastern time, covering everything happening in the AI ecosystem. And man, we do have big news. I can tell you, I'm not going to tell you the official date. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I can tell you there's news coming. I could tell you this week. I think I feel pretty good it's coming this week. So make sure you're following the Swarm_AI. Hit that notification bell, man. It's absolutely coming. Of course, follow SlamAI_XYZ. Keep up on the whole Slam ecosystem. Cats, I did pick the Kindred whitelist winners. Further on one, and on the more personal one, it's Luna that won. So we had our two winners here. Excited for both those guys. Both of them faithful watchers. Excited for that, man. So GG's to those guys. Appreciate you guys all participating there, too. We'll get more whitelists as we go, too. So keep on top of that stuff. Should I tweet out the winners? I don't know. I DM those guys. I don't know. Whatever. Glad they won. You guys will have a shot again at more. Maybe even more of those whitelist spots, by the way. I'd love to track down another one or two, but either way. Again, follow SlamAI_XYZ. And then lastly, give us a follow at CryptoSlam.io. Keep up on everything happening in the CryptoSlam ecosystem. All right, let's start with, man, a lot of FUD today. Maybe it's a good way to set it up, but there's a lot of talk out there about the market and what direction we're going. And actually, wait. I didn't do my GMs over on any side. Let me hit YouTube. Crypto LRG, good morning, man. Great to see you. Vorg, good morning. No. So, no, this isn't abstract, but I'm going to drop you the abstract link. You guys should watch over there. Here you go. There's the link to abstract. Aaron, good morning, man. It does seem like a good week for a bounce. I don't know if we're going to see it, and literally, I don't know. There's bearish stuff, there's bullish stuff, and we're going to hit all of it, but hard to get a feel for this market. Over on the abstract side, Dead Polaroid. It's my buddy Dead. Good morning to you, man. Cats Fanatic, good morning, man. Whirly Girls over on abstract. Great to see you there. Luke, good morning. It's great seeing y'all this morning. I almost slipped and did a yell. I hate that. Never going to yell. All right. Again, pretty bearish sentiment out there. For all kinds of reasons, look, it's all fair. But it's things like this to get me questioning who knows what. Who knows what? We saw this story yesterday. Somebody took two crypto punks and accepted bids on them for under floor price. Swapped to stables, bridged to hyperliquid, and then shorted Bitcoin. 3.5x leverage, too. Does this person maybe know something? Is this just a pure degen gambler who just thinks he knows where the market's going? I don't know, but make no mistake, some people do know what's coming. Some people, hey, there's a lot of insider trading over here. But when you see that and combined with a couple other stories out there, you really do start wondering where this market's going. Solana's seen a huge sell-off, specifically over on Binance. In fact, it is Binance potentially selling off huge amounts of Sol. Sol will see the price, but not looking great over there. Meme coin ecosystem's wrecked, right? And taking the price of Solana right down with it as it hit an all-time high, with the Trump token. So Solana kind of lives and dies by meme coins, kind of. It's worth watching how closely that the price of Sol is correlated to that stuff. Wintermute withdrawing huge amounts of which crypto? I think all crypto. By the way, it's ETH, it's Bitcoin, it's Sol. It's a lot of stories like this out here today. Marty Party also giving an update here. Kraken sending Sol, Sui, ETH to Wintermute. That's to be sold, guys. And then Marty puts out these liquidation levels, and I really do love them. It gives you an idea. Look, that the market makers are here to make money. And so he puts out these charts showing these liquidation levels. These are leveraged positions, longs and shorts. And Marty's saying here, basically, they're going to try to wipe out these red levels here. Right? These are longs. They want to wipe those out. Those are leverage trades. Dump the market below that. You wipe those guys out. You take their money. Basically, would push Bitcoin down to, let's say, like 93. I could zoom in, but we get the general idea. Maybe 93. Interesting over here on Solana, and this is specifically over on Binance. There's no longs really left here, at least in that red range, which I believe red is 100x leverage. It's not even there on Solana. There's not a lot of confidence in the price of Sol right now. Sui, kind of similar story here. Definitely on ETH though. Same thing here. And then I can't even see what that one is. Oh, Trump coin. Same thing. And the Trump coin makes sense because we have this massive token unlock coming here in a matter of just a couple weeks. I think it's just a couple weeks we have until the Trump unlock. So again, you can see not many longs over here. In fact, Bitcoin is the only one that really seems to have a bunch, and that's again on Binance. Keep our eyes on that. It's pretty interesting stuff. And all right, still we're waiting for these bullish catalysts, right? We're waiting for this Bitcoin mass adoption that we're hoping so badly is coming, and it is coming. Make no mistake, it is coming. Maybe at the state level before we get it at the national level here in the States, specifically a Bitcoin strategic reserve and these sovereign wealth funds, right? South Dakota, the latest to talk about allowing the state to invest in Bitcoin. Great to hear. The flip side is, I think for the first time, guys, we have a state who voted no. Montana voted no on a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Well, I don't like that because a lot of the bullish sentiment here comes from assuming that's going to happen, that these strategic reserves are going to happen. If they don't happen, I do think it's a bit of a different story to a degree. To a degree. In fact, the thing I'm more bullish on than these strategic reserves is the building happening in crypto. And so it's the regulatory stuff that actually has me more excited, more bullish. But was certainly hoping to see almost across the board these states adopt these Bitcoin strategic reserves. So that's kind of a gut punch right here, having it rejected. I don't know if there's an appeal or a refiling or what, right? I don't know if that's basically a dead deal in Montana. I don't know. Gravity, good morning, man. Great to see you. Movable, good morning. Volatility, good morning. Great seeing you guys. And Roth, good morning, man. Thank you for the Pengu. Appreciate that. So we'll keep our eyes on this. Again, we've got something like 28 states that have already introduced bills. And we'll see. Again, I hope this is a one-off. I think we'll get plenty of states who do approve this. I do. I really do think that. But again, it's the building here in this space that I think is for me, why I'm so optimistic. So incredibly bullish because, again, these investments here in the United States, Apple investing more than $500 billion over the next 4 years, guys. The building, look, you will see this taking effect in the economy, in the market here over time. It's not an instant thing. It's a lot of money to be dedicated to building here in the States. Again, the United States will be the crypto capital of the world. The world, guys. And that's what's really going to lead to the price action that we're hoping to see here. By the way, I should have said this at the beginning, like, because I don't put timestamps in these videos, right? Because I don't put timestamps, like, the titles I put on these videos, they're not clickbait, but often I get to the lead story maybe halfway through the morning update, right? So a heads up for the Kanye stuff that's coming probably in 10, 15 minutes. I really should get the timestamps here, but a heads up, if you're watching still, we're waiting for that. Coming up soon. I'll try to get to that quickly here. Tembo. Best AI agent to play. Dude, let's touch on that too. I'll tell you what, Billy Betts, I don't have a plan to talk about Billy Betts much today, but that is a really interesting looking agent. Billy Betts that bets on NBA games right now. Really interesting, and it's winning big time. As far as it's actually placing bets, real money, and it's making money. It's doing very well so far. So I like Billy Betts. I like the virtuals ecosystem. There's a lot of interesting stuff over there. AI especially we'll talk about in the afternoon show. Again, 2 p.m. right here. We've got the Swarm Report. Also going to get Bunshu on the show, too, the creator of Billy Betts. In fact, maybe I'll see if he can come today. Art Caffeine, good morning. Anyway, it's the building. It's that. Thank you for the Pengu. It's the building happening here that's got me super, super bullish on this space. Now, Michael Saylor, by the way, I always grab the parody account accidentally, but Michael Saylor did tweet out the Bitcoin chart. And when he does that, it's because he's going to buy Bitcoin. Now, again, that's the parody account. He also really did buy Bitcoin yesterday. I'll get to that in a quick moment. But guys, on top of building that I'm optimistic about, on top of strategic reserves, which will happen, they will happen, at least some of them, look, these cycles do repeat, right? We have a bull market that has a typical cycle. I say this time is different, and it is. But for now, we still play this as if it's a typical bull market. We're still playing loosely like it's a 4-year cycle. That means the best part of this bull market is still ahead of us, but also the halving cycles. Remember, we had the Bitcoin halving just under a year ago, and we don't actually start cooking until a very specific period after the halving. Pointing out here, altcoins, they always pump 320 days after the Bitcoin halving. They peak 400 days after. We're still, guys, possibly actually just days away from that kind of cycle taking effect, that kind of pattern. But without fail after the halving, look at this. Every halving, the market cooks. And we're just about to enter that period here where the market should cook. It should cook. Now, maybe it's diminishing returns with the halvings because the amount being halved is less and less, but still there should be an impact here. I don't think we've seen the best part of the run, including this earlier part of the run. I don't think so, guys. I think we've got some really exciting market stuff ahead of us here. Let alone the fact that people's predictions haven't changed. Somebody like Michael Saylor talking about Bitcoin 10xing in the next 4 to 8 years. At some point, you're going to feel that in a really extreme way. It's not going to be this slow, steady grind, right? Not a slow, steady grind. It's pretty explosive when it happens. Typing, are you talking about over on YouTube? Typing scam. He'll take all the dollars and short his project. Are you talking the Kanye project? Are you talking the Bank of Yeezy? I'm curious. Maybe he might. He just might. Guys, part of me is optimistic about that. I don't. With the developments we've seen, I'm not so sure, but we will see. Yo, thank you for the pengu. But Michael Saylor did indeed buy some Bitcoin. He did. He bought a lot of it. In fact, this is one of his biggest buys yet via MicroStrategy. $2 billion worth of Bitcoin bought at 97K. This dude always top blasting, but a big purchase here. Big purchase here. And look, I know people call out MicroStrategy and people say some pretty extreme things about it. I get it. But also, look, I'm Michael Saylor frame of mind. I agree. I believe in that kind of price action. I believe what he believes about Bitcoin, which is Bitcoin, $3 million per coin is the bear case in the next 20, 25 years. Maybe like 15 mil is like the average, kind of the middle ground price point. I see it. I see it. I think that's where we're heading. And again, it's because of this. It's because of the building that's going to happen here, to be honest. That and, strategic reserve talk, it's all those things, but it's also this new regulatory environment. Look, we have the SEC contacting Coinbase last week saying they're ending litigation. Same with OpenSea. And now this morning, we're hearing the exact same with Robinhood. SEC closing the investigation into Robinhood. Done. Over. Green light to build. And that's more for not Robinhood, and yes, definitely Robinhood too, but more for everybody else who wanted to build, had no confidence that they could build in this market, and now they see that they actually can. That's huge news. That's, in fact, one of the best things we've heard probably since the Coinbase news, which was, interrupted by the Bybit hack. But this is huge. It's big for crypto. It's big for entrepreneurs. It's good for the economy. Great stuff. Happy to see that. Bull market ain't over. I'll just say that. Let's look at crypto here. Again, it's been a wild few days here. And still Bitcoin holding at 95K, 95.5. A lot of red today. ETH just under 2,700. Solana 157. Solana's having a bit of a rough stretch here. Down almost 15% in the past week. 7% in the past 24 hours. I don't know, man. A lot of red. It doesn't feel as bad as it looks. Maybe I'll just say that. It doesn't feel as bad as it looks. Yeah, I'm just maybe the eternal optimist, but we'll see. We'll see any developments this week on quite a few fronts. The Kanye coin is going to arrive at a really interesting coin. We're getting to that. We'll get to that here just a minute or two still. Looking at ETF volume on Friday, Bitcoin, 62.9 mil in outflows. Look at that. No inflows last week at all. Net inflows, I should say. On the east side, 8.9 mil in outflows. Again, very optimistic about this. Van Eck projects that if the U.S. government accumulates 1 million Bitcoin by 2029, which is the plan, right? That is the plan for a strategic reserve, could offset $21 trillion in national debt. Again, I'm sprinkling in the positive stories in here. We need it. We need to remember what's really coming here. And it's that. Now, I mentioned a guy who took his own life. It's hard to find where to even bring this up, but it does need to be mentioned. You saw the bad stories. You saw the good stories. And it's a shame that everything's so sensationalized. And again, the influencers and whoever that really, they say what they say for attention, for clicks, for views. And it's led to, I'm sorry, there's an impact here. There is. Look, nobody's responsible for what this guy did, but I think we together are responsible for the sentiment and the vibe and Yeah, I don't want to say misleading people. It's not the right way. I don't want to frame it like that. But that said, this guy felt hopeless. This is a guy who took his life on live stream because he lost $500, guys. $500. And it turns out, look, it's a twisted story in a way. He had subscribed to some influencer on X. Subscribed to him, it's like $8 a month. Thought he would make money from this guy's calls, and he didn't. And he tweeted the guy and asked to get his $8 back, and he didn't get it back, and he doesn't deserve it back or whatever, right? In fact, I think the guy that he asked blocked him. And it's just a sad story. I am not going to show this video, by the way, but I am going to show you just what he looks like. Again, I'm not going to click play. I'm not going to show the video. But here's the guy. This is him, and this is the live stream that was on X. Again, he did it live on X. There was tons of people watching. And he says in it, to make a meme coin about it. It's sad. But the sad thing is, I'm sure there's other people who feel a very similar way, and they might think they missed that opportunity, and they might think that maybe they misread everything, and they might see all these guys saying they're making money, and then they're not making money themselves and thinking they just suck at this stuff. It's unfortunate. I try to keep it really real here, and I don't usually go along with like the kind of narrative on X. I don't want to mislead people either when I say I think the best time's still ahead of us and there's a lot of money to be made. I'm not misleading with saying that. I'm not trying to just get people excited for no reason. I really believe it. And I maybe wish this guy heard more of that stuff. More realistic, though. You know what I mean? More realistic and not pumping shitters and not taking his money, But I wish this guy saw some hope ahead, and that's where I'm at, where I see pretty much nothing but hope and good times, and just staying active and participating means you get a chance at being a part of that. And I think it's better than a chance, Having lived through a few cycles here, if you participate, usually you get to take part in the best parts of that. So bummer he's not going to be around for that. But it is. By the way, he's got a kid. He's got a 1-year-old and a wife, and just sad all around. But I wish he had a little more hope. Okay, this will sound shitty, but it is what it is. I would love to talk to a guy like that before and remind him how nothing matters. It doesn't matter. Man, if you're that down on, about $500, you need a good reminder that none of this matters. In fact, we don't matter. This guy didn't matter, as shitty as that might sound. That guy needed a good mushroom trip and to feel out, his place in life and to realize it doesn't matter. Like, spend your day doing nothing but looking for good and just being a force for good. That's all that matters. Just being like a little ball of light, just a little positive energy in the time that you're here. There's no need to get worked up about $500 or if it's $100,000. Doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter. Literally, none of it does. I hope that's a wake-up call, though, for people. Just in general. To not take this so serious, but also to make sure we enjoy the time we have and we make sure it's good time. All right, we'll move from that, guys. Looking at the NFT market. Oh, by the way, over on Abstract Doozy, good morning. Heidi's, good morning. Battle, good morning. Thank you for that. Appreciate that, man. NFT sales this weekend, atrocious. Fucking awful. 10 mil on, what was that, Saturday? Just over 11 mil yesterday. Yo, thank you, man. Prince, Prince, I always know it's you. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. Yeah, bad weekend for sales. This was, I think, the worst day of sales this year, maybe the second worst. It was pretty bad. Volume pretty low. But I am just going to flip to the weekly view. There's trade profits, by the way. Weekly data period is in, I do think, let's see, but I think it was our worst week for sales this year. 115 mil in sales. Let's just go back a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Our worst week of NFT sales since the first week of November. Not great. And I don't see catalyst for that to turn around yet. That said, guys, on CryptoSlam, not tracking Abstract yet. And not tracking Barachain. And there's some volume over there. It's a difference of maybe like $1 million, which wouldn't change it. Would not make this week any better. But just a heads up, there's a little more volume there. And then trade profits, again, awful. 10 mil in the negative. This is people just taking losses or, man, selling at a loss or, no, it's just that, actually. It's just selling at a loss. It's getting liquid while there's something still that has value. I mean, it's either that people are cutting losses thinking that it's going to get deeper, darker ahead, and it's locking what they can get while they can get it, or often people do sell because they see an opportunity somewhere else. It could be either of those. If I'm a betting man, though, I think people just don't have a lot of confidence, and they think this market's going a bit lower. So you sell even at a loss if you think next week you sell and you make even less. So it's not great. Not great on the NFT front. That said, it does not take much to turn this around. Here's your top collections in the past 24 hours. D-Market on top yet again, followed by Guild Guardian Heroes, Pudgy Penguins, Bored Ape Yacht Club, IPO, Solana Monkey Business, Scam Collection, I think, CryptoPunks, Guild Guardian Avatars, Base Apes, and I will push Miladies into the top 10. Get rid of that one right there. Hypeo, dude, Hypeo are special. I am always going to regret not minting these. 0.1. I think they might have minted for less, but these got to, I mean, man, they were at 0.1 forever. You know, days, weeks, whatever. They cooked. Now we got these like Hypeo cats too, man. There's some really good stuff out there. Yo, Hades. How do you say your name? But thank you, man. Yeah, I regret not getting a Hypeo. But again, there's Hypeo cats now that are doing well. There's some interesting stuff in NFTs happening. There is. Getting closer to Kanye. Top sales in the past 24 hours. Punk number 8335 for 36 ETH. $98,000. Just scrolling the rest. A lot of Pudgy. Wow, a lot of Quantum Cat sales. I'm just seeing if there's any wash here. It's probably hard to tell, but yeah, a lot of Quantum Cat sales. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, and I don't know if this is a fact, but pretty darn sure that Quantum Cats has market makers. That's what I always hear. Like maybe a lot of that volume isn't organic, and I could be wrong, right? It's like top collection on Bitcoin in a way, right? Any given day for sure. But I do think, right, part of the investments they've made, by the way, that team's brought in $30 million from VCs. Probably some of that is for market making, maybe. So it's worth pointing out. I don't think I've ever said that. Maybe it's obvious, but Heidi's got it. Thank you, man. We did see a big X copy sale, which is nice to see. That was yesterday. The Doomed for 25.69 ETH. We keep an eye on the X copy, right? When those sales start, sales start cooking, man, it's a sign about this market. Not there yet, but that's a great sign. We got Steady Teddies announcing their supply. So getting closer to that Steady Teddy mint, I'm excited for it. But 8,888 NFTs total in the collection. On launch date, 6,666. I don't know what happens to the rest. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where the rest of them go. Oh, it's here. Okay, strategic partners. There's a DAO. Dude, I got to learn more about the ecosystem. And then marketing team, rug. So for them to sell. It's coming. That's cool. I'm watching for that. I'm minting that. This weekend, we had the Other Side Metaverse with a Project Dragon session. I joined it, guys. It was live streaming. Saturday morning, by the way, was a blast. We streamed for like 4.5 hours Saturday morning. And at the tail end of the stream, we hopped in Project Dragon, joined it. And, dude, they did hit the world record. Most players in a concurrent session in an FPS. By the way, this is a third-person shooter. They do, but it's a world record for a first-person shooter. I guess, according to Garga, with the Guinness Book World Records, it's all the same. They don't distinguish between FPS and TPS, whatever. All the same. So they hit that record. Something like, it got higher than this, by the way. 2,200 people at that point. What did they break the record with? Well, okay, that was the record. Beat it by, what, 200 players? By 700 players. Dude, it's pretty impressive, and honestly, the game was pretty fun. Dead for the first time I got in there, dude. It was fun. It was like, I got 2 games in, and it's still chaos, and I don't know, still feeling it out, but I'm legit, guys. It was pretty fun. All right, moving on, Beeple. His latest, gallery, exhibition, party, whatever, announced yesterday. Actually, dude, this was announced a few days ago, and I only heard about it yesterday. But this is called Select Start, Celebration of Art, but gaming-focused art, which is super cool. So this is coming up in Charleston, South Carolina. I think it's a free event to attend, by the way. And, yeah, deadline's over. Bummer. Well, yeah, it is over now. But anyway, we'll see all kinds of great art at his party. Those are wild. At some point, want to get there. But really cool. Look, I am going to shout out my favorite artist. Hudah, my favorite fucking artist. I've been collecting this guy for years, and I learned about him on Tezos. Guys, I'm not going to get deep into this, but there's like a cool history with artists like Xcopy. It's artists like Xcopy and Hudah came up together in the Tumblr scene, right? These guys would just share their art on Tumblr like 10 years ago. And these guys knew each other, Hudah, Xcopy. In fact, the first time Xcopy had his art curated for like a showing, a gallery, Hudah was the curator. And so I've loved this guy for a while. His art it's so damn cool. I'll scroll some of it. Like these cool retro collages and just like weirdo. It's like glitch art. It's just fun. It just makes you feel good. It's very like 90s. No longer going to mint on Tezos, which is a bummer. Again, that's how I connected with the guy. But always loved his stuff. Will always collect this guy no matter where he goes. And so he's looking for a new home, but he's done minting over on Tezos. And this guy just deserves a big old shout out and put him on people's radar. If you don't know him already, phenomenal artist. And maybe he comes over to Bitcoin. I don't know. Maybe he goes to Base. I have a feeling we'll see him on Base or Zora. There's just a gut feeling that's where he ends up. But his shit's so cool. And he's a really, really good dude. So shout out to Hudah, who I've tried for years to get on do an interview, and I just don't think he's that kind of guy. But anyway, Hudah, R.I.P. to his work on Tezos. Huge bummer. Oh, by the way, he's leaving Tezos because they've never featured him in anything, right? What does he say here? 4 years, never got a spot in any official Tezos event, nothing. And again, this guy mints all the fucking time, and he brings a lot of attention, and he sells for a pretty decent amount there too. So anyway, that guy's fucking awesome. I'm going to jump ahead to Kanye. No, fuck it. Give me like 2 more minutes. Let's hit the Bybit shit real quick, and then we'll get to Kanye here. Oh, Gravity, cool stuff. I just see your thing. Gravity submitted a piece for the Beeple event. So Gravity's art was featured in the inauguration party before. So maybe it's 2 for Gravity here. That'd be awesome, man. I hope so. That'd be cool as fuck. Dude, could you link me to the piece that you submitted? By the way, guys, just dropping a link to Abstract again. I'm streaming live over there. It's at this point, that's my preferred place. It is by a long shot. Aaron, since you mentioned the Sui play last week, I've been tempted to pre-order. Wonder if it had. Yeah, dude. So wondering if it has the Solana phone pump. So like, it's what I hear from people who are very deep in the Sui ecosystem. They're playing it exactly like the Solana phone. There's apparently a whole bunch of airdrops that are planned for that. So I would pre-order it, and I think that's a safe expectation or bet. I do think that's what's coming. I think it's a good play, to be honest. All right, so Bybit, guys, you know the story last week. It was crazy. Biggest hack in crypto history, basically, 1.4 bill. Bybit launched this $140 million recovery bounty program. And look, they were working with all kinds of researchers throughout the space to track that money down. And they did track it down, right? They were able to follow it on chain. And they'd even reach out to this other exchange asking them to freeze funds if they hit the exchange. And they get a reply back. It's like, why would we? Why would we help you? Like, so fucking PvP. It's crazy stuff. Now, Arkham, I think, also had a bounty. And go figure, Zach XBT solved the case, won the bounty. But this is, I got this wrong last week, by the way. I said last week it was not the Lazarus group, right, who is a North Korean hacker group. Because, actually, from Zach, he said last week it wasn't. He mentioned another name. But he's now saying it's the Lazarus group. Luke, art is king, by the way. Love those artists who practice before the blockchain. Yes, like Hudah, exactly. The Tumblr was like the thing. In fact, do you guys remember when an Xcopy piece was uncovered like a month or 2 ago and it was called like Black Hole? Wasn't that initially traced back to Tumblr? Or maybe it was Facebook or something. But yeah, there's a whole history. These crypto artists have been creating well before the blockchain. This just solves something for them. It's a place to preserve and actually sell digital art. The blockchain does fix something. Anyway, here's Zach XBT's write-up and connecting all these dots. Money went from here to there, and how much. But also, when they moved some of the funds to other specific wallets, they were able to connect previous hacks to this same group. So now they've connected this BingX hack to the Bybit hack, and then same with a FemX hack. All these things from the same people in a roundabout way because they start intermingling these funds together. Oh, Polynex too. So this same group is tied to 4 other major hacks. So interesting stuff we learned from this. But Bybit, look, they handled this so well. They really did. From, again, working with people across this ecosystem to offering, the bounties, but also buying back ETH. So part of that's stabilizing the price. Part of that is actually they need to hold 1-1 for their customers, right? But all weekend long, we saw Bybit buying back ETH. Here's a transaction, them buying almost $200 million worth of ETH. So they've taken out loans. They did some buying OTC, and now they're 1-1. They're all set now. So they were audited. Now I think everybody can have good confidence. This was a worry, is that maybe they don't actually have enough funds to cover customers now. And if there's a run on their funds, maybe all of a sudden there's not enough to cover it and they're done. You're right. It was something to be worried about. I think we're good here. So they received what? $1.2 billion through loans, deposits, ETH purchases. They're good. They're square. They're all good here. They've got the client assets covered 1-1. Really handled well, guys. Now that money, look, you would think because it's on chain, it's just easy. You take the money that you stole and send it where you want and cash it out. Well, no, because again, they can, like a lot of these coins can be blacklisted, can be frozen. People don't realize that some of these currencies can be frozen. Some of them can be burned right in your wallet, by the way, like USDC. Believe Tether as well. They can be burned right in your wallet. So trying to put the pressure on via these exchanges and services to say, hey, if this address, the Lazarus team, right? If their wallet address sends funds to your wallet, to your exchange, freeze those funds. Don't let them access them. And again, they can do that. So what they're doing now, or were doing over the weekend, they were creating shit coins on Pump Fun, and they were laundering their money through that, right? Washing it, commingling their crypto with other cryptos. They launched shitters. Absolutely fucking crazy, guys. I'm trying to think how many tokens they launched. I only know of one specifically, but this token called, what is that? 5 million. Is that 5 mil? No, 500,000. So again, that's a Pump Fund token they launched. They pump it up, they promote it, they get other people buying into it. Again, then it's mixing all the funds together, and then they can send wherever and nobody can really stop it. So that happened. It'll continue to happen too. Also on Pump Fund, guys, this is actually big. We get to Kanye next, I promise. Also on Pump Fund, dude, they're launching a little bit of a DEX. Also like a liquidity, becoming a liquidity provider. An AMM, an automated market maker. So you got this now. It's amm.pump.fund. Not officially announced, but this is them. Swap tokens right on Pump Fund, but also provide liquidity, as in a new shitcoin comes out. You provide some SOL and you provide some of the token, whatever the token is. You earn fees when people trade. Pretty interesting. And I'll tell you what, Radium has taken a huge hit. You guys remember? Okay, picture Pump Fund. You buy a token, price hits what? 100,000. I can't remember the exact number. Maybe it's 75,000. But when you buy on Pump Fund, when it hits a specific market cap, that liquidity pool migrates over to Radium, and that's where it continues, and that's where the trading actually then happens on Radium. Well, now they don't need Radium because they got their own liquidity pools here, and so Radium's taken a huge hit, down something like 30%. This is not about the most current chart, but down something like 30%. Absolutely wrecked. They're wrecked now. Now they have other major customers. They do, right? They provide these pools for other major services, but Pump Fund was probably the biggest at this point. I got to imagine they're going to lose all that business to Pump Fund directly. So GG's to Pump Fund, not so great for Radium. Yeah, yikes. Yep. So people unwinding their positions there makes a ton of sense. All right, now we get Kanye. Hang on, I need to give myself a little wake. Let me hit the vape. Hang on. There we go. So, dude, I just needed it, okay? I guess that's what Zins are for, but it's just not the same. You know what I mean, bros? Thank you, Cats. 80K to migrate from Pump Fund to Radium. Thank you, Prince. Yes, sir. Dude, whenever I watch back, I used to do it a lot. I used to watch every stream I did just to make notes and study. I really wish I did that again. I just want this thing to be better and whatever. But whenever I'd vape on stream, I'm like, that looks so trashy, dude. You got to stop. Whatever. Okay, the Kanye coin. Let's see if we can go down memory lane and remember all the phases. It was initially weeks ago Kanye asking about a coin, and then saying he's not going to do a coin, and then rumors really swirling that he is doing a coin. And then things start getting really interesting Friday, mostly Friday, maybe it was Saturday too, but Kanye tweeting has a reply from CZ. Kanye retweeted a CZ tweet from Binance, right? And it sounded like they were maybe going to work together. In fact, Kanye was following CZ. So all of a sudden we're like, hey, shit, man. Is he going to launch on Binance, man? That'd be crazy. But things got kind of really crazy too. We had somebody like Do It Big Chicago who said, hey guys, what's going on behind the scenes? He's got a little insight. He's like, what's going on is actually kind of a big deal. Right? And everybody's skeptical right now because of the Trump coin and Melania and the Libra stuff. Everyone's skeptical, but he's like, no, guys, this is actually something. And Saturday morning, guys, you heard I was pretty damn bullish, right? I was showing, God, I wish it was right on my desk, but I was showing something that I still think could happen to a degree, right? When Kanye launched his Donda 2 album, he launched it via a little stem player, right? Do you remember that little like skin-colored stem player? $200 device. It was the only way you could get Donda 2. For a while it was. And I'm like, okay, this dude has a history of launching in unconventional ways. And it's not necessarily about the money. It's great. He's making money, but it's about shaking things up. That was I love that. I've got 2 of those stem players. I think it's brilliant. And so I see this from Do It Big Chicago, and he updated his website saying, stores coming soon. I'm like, what if he relaunches his merch and you can only buy it with this Yeezy token? But also, what if he launches his Bully album? He does have a new album coming. What if he launches Bully and you can only buy it with his Yeezy token? Right? So for me, light bulbs going off. I'm like, I think he might do that, man. I actually think he might. In fact, here, I'm going to show you. You guys who watch the weekend stream and who are plugged in, you've seen this before. But by the way, my favorite fucking photo ever. But you got this. That's the stem player. And it's a legit piece of tech. Like, it's fucking awesome. Again, I've got 2. You literally remix songs while you're listening to them. You can throw effects on them. You can loop parts. You control different stems. So pull the vocals out, pop them back in, pull the drum. Like, it's really cool. Anyway, he's done innovative stuff. So, wasn't going to be shocked to see him launch his album here. But then things got crazier, okay? As in, he starts tweeting shit that doesn't make sense. Right? He starts formatting his tweets in ways that he wasn't doing before. He was typing in all caps before, right? It was like chaos, and still chaos, but it doesn't look right. And Moose pointing out and honestly makes sense. Why all of a sudden is he sending screenshots in light mode when he's dark mode? And it's like, right, just stuff's seeming kind of sus, right? It is. And then it comes out that it seems Kanye sold access to his account to this Bark dude. And this guy's a scammer. He, you know what I mean? Like, I still use that term loosely, by the way. I do. But basically, Kanye has sold access to his account for something like $20 million. And look, don't know for sure that happened. It seems pretty obvious that happened, though. Because Kanye was following, besides CZ, like this guy Tull, who is part of that Bark family. In fact, people say that's a Bark alt account, I believe. But all the tweets start sounding not very Kanye-like. They don't look like his words, his verbiage. Big pump. Thank you, man. And so I do think he sold his account. By the way, people always also saying Bark owns or has access to Antonio Brown's X account, and that account tweeted out a fake Kanye coin last week, like a total rug. So, like, we go from bullish on the Kanye coin, myself especially, to, like, now incredibly bearish, as in, like, don't touch this thing. Right? And I kind of lean that way right now. I do think the Bark guy is involved. I do think he's running the Kanye account. I'd be really skeptical of this thing. Like, really skeptical of this thing. At this point, too, not following anybody. And I think he's deleted all his tweets about the coin. Actually, got the CZ tweet retweet it again. I don't know. I don't know. This is like pure fucking chaos, to be honest. It is. But Dave Portnoy, you saw just before, Dave Portnoy tweeted out talking shit about Kanye and kind of calling him a rugger, and Kanye responds. It's pretty odd. Here, I'll play this clip. But Kanye responds to Portnoy. I'm telling you guys, never a dull fucking moment here.
So, Dave Portnoy, I don't know you. I saw you was tweeting. I have no idea who you are. We was going back and forth joking. But when you start talking about telling people that my coin is not real and you're trying to play with my money, now this is the last time that we're going to be talking online. So.
Oh, fucking Kanye. DJ and Hulk, good morning, man, saying he posted a new Binance logo. CZ did or Kanye did? I missed that. Yeah, I didn't see that at all. Well, it must be deleted, though, but that's, yeah, man. Spicy. Spicy. Whatever, it is coming. Anyway, again, probably sold the account. But, oh, also, let's check. But suppose, okay, for a period, Kanye changed his PFP to a project from that Bark dude. Again, it's pretty obvious he sold the account. Although he still does have access too. So you do get some legit Kanye tweets here and there too, but this other guy's got access to the account, which does suck. Here he is, by the way. This is that Bark dude. Linked to multiple other tokens that were ruggy. Now, when I said before that, like, I use like scam and ruggy, like, kind of loose, I do, because those tokens that this Bark dude was behind, some of them cooked. Some of those coins absolutely cooked, and they stayed cooking for a while. So, you know, just because someone's scammy and ruggy, and I don't want to lead people to this stuff, to any shitty coins here, but it doesn't mean that there can't be really awesome price action there, and that can be a trap, right? You think you can out-scam the scammers or whatever, right? But it is true. I've watched some of his coins. Like, I've watched some. They did really well. It made me question if he was a scammer or not, right? They did well for long enough. I'm like, well, okay, people saying scammer, but, like, token is cooking. And if it were, like, dead in a day, that's different. But these were cooking for weeks. So, you know, I'm still watching this thing. I am. Do a big Chicago, though. I'm trusting this guy. Like, really, he does seem connected. And he's saying stay away from this shit. Okay? He's saying, and I think it's in this tweet, but I think he's saying in this tweet that he did sell the account. He's saying people around Kanye himself were taking advantage of him, giving him bad advice. And he's saying he actually had access to pre-buy this token ahead of time. And he was going to, well, actually he said he wasn't going to buy it, right? But they've been thinking about a coin for weeks here. He decided not to do it, now back to doing it. But again, bad people around him, got access to a pre-sale, didn't buy. But again, now he's seeing what's going on around Kanye. He's like, don't touch this. Token's going to be a disaster. Like, these people around him are leeches. And again, I'm trusting this guy. Like, I'm with him. I don't know that this is going to be smart to grab. Chaos. Now, we have some legit updates here. I think these are legit. Okay? Again, do your own research. I'm not vouching for anything. Right? I'm not vouching for anything here. But we did get a tweet from Kanye. Actually, it wasn't even a tweet. It was a text. If you're on, like, his subscriber list, people got a text this weekend, and it took them to this website called Bank of Yeezy. Contract address is out. More details are out. Guys, it's not just a coin, right? There is a coin called Yeezy, but I think he might be working on a bigger ecosystem. And I'm sorry, but this is the dream. To me, this is what you want. You want something like Trump's doing. He's got his coin. You can use it to buy merch on his website, you know, and collectibles and whatever. Like, I love that stuff. If Kanye's doing the same thing, man, I'm kind of in. Oh, my God. He made a yellow swastika Binance logo. Get out. That's fucking amazing. Sorry, I think it's funny stuff. I'm Jewish, too. And, like, I'm not saying people shouldn't get offended by it. I'm saying I don't. I like provocative shit. Takes a lot to make me feel something. And that's just me. That thing just makes me laugh. It is what it is. But here's the website, guys. In fact, let me back out. This site is live. bankofyeezy.com, YZY. There's the, what's that album called? Jesus is King album art, right? Which is an amazing album. The Dre version's better. If you guys haven't heard it, there's a Dr. Dre version of the album that's fucking killer. It's really good. But on the site, we get the contract address. We get that term Bank of Yeezy. Let me zoom in here. Bank of Yeezy is not just another meme coin, it's the digital financial revolution. Yeezy represents a currency built on innovation, independence, wealth empowerment, mirroring the vision of a self-made empire. This dude, Kanye, is going to have 70% of the supply. It's not the red flag people might say, by the way, because Trump had similar. Trump had like, I think, 80%, right? If Kanye's got 70%, if it's locked for even a month, even if it's just a month like Melania, that means you got like 3-4 weeks of like maybe some spicy trading action. So I wouldn't look at that and say that means stay away automatically. It means watch and see if there's a vesting period. And if so, that's pretty spicy. 30% for the public and for liquidity. Beyond, I haven't read anything beyond, so I'm kind of learning this live with you guys at this point. Unlike traditional meme coins, Yeezy's positioned as a financial asset with real-world application. Holders will have access to Yeezy Vault. Interesting. So staking, earning, Yeezy Reserve, financial tools. Okay, is he going to have like a DEX? A black card. Okay, so like a debit card of sorts. Farming, swaps. Yeah, dude, he's okay. Like World Liberty Financial. It's kind of going like that direction. It's not the stuff I wanted to hear, though. I wanted to hear merch, album, concert tickets, posters, like just buying his ecosystem with a coin. I mean, this is also great, too. Honestly, like I'm kind of a fan of this. What else? Future of digital banking. Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to... Wow. Okay, they're going to have like a MoonPay link, aren't they? You're going to be able to buy it right through the website. This is interesting. Official Yay product. Moonshot. Yep, they're going to have... Man, they're going to have the Moonshot thing baked in. Right, guys, I think right now the best play out there is buying Solana. I think the best play out there right now is buying Sol. As awful as it looks, I think that might be the play. By the way, guys, thank you for the Pengu. To Yank, good morning, man. Whirly Girl. The last fair launch for Bark, everyone was locked out for 10 minutes while insiders bought. Yeah, okay. So we probably get the sniper shit. And by the way, it'll be incredibly hard to buy. Right? There's going to be so much volume when this goes live that you're going to have to adjust your like priority fee stuff, right? So you're going to have to know how to do that a little bit. If this goes live and I can be live streaming when it goes live, I'll try that and we can help with fees. With Melania, I figured out how to do that for the first time, so we can definitely help there. Do you need to KYC this? I don't know. Again, I just want to see him. I want to see his album drop and him sell it in this. That would be super fucking spicy. But there you go, man. This thing is sounding pretty fucking official. It is. I think it's really happening. It is. It's a matter of what does it look like when it comes out. And to that point, man, this does feel rushed, right? It's like the site was just registered. Here's all the points. The vesting contract. Okay, unlocks don't begin till today. This coin might go today, guys. Yeah, this might drop today. 7 p.m. tonight, probably Eastern time. We need to be aware. This might actually drop tonight. And we also heard this weekend. It was either the 22nd or 24th it would drop. Well, here we go, 24th. Coin was creating using Dex Labs minting site. Website was created just 2 days ago. Help at bankofyeezy.com. Okay, non-functional. No multi-sig for this yet. Yeah, and so the point ultimately there was everything feels rushed. Like they just came up with this stuff on the spot. It's probably true. So if you're going to get into this at your own risk and DYOR, do your own research, all that stuff. But honestly, if you get in early enough, for me, if we've, well, shit, I was going to say, if we get the contract address, we have it. If you can catch this trade early enough, it's probably, I don't know. I don't want to steer. I'm probably going to buy it. I'll say that. And I'm probably not going to throw much at it. I'll throw $100 maybe. Maybe not even. I just like to be a part of a thing. And when I buy, and this is like any meme coin, but when I buy, I assume it's gone. I do. That's just how I look at this stuff. Okay, so there's no pair live, but we got the contract. So let's go to SolScan. Let's go to SolScan and peek at it there. just to get an idea, but we're not going to learn anything from this. We'll get the creation date. We'll get, token supply. We'll get ticker name. I mean, if this actually works, it should. Yeah, there we go. Bank of Yeezy. Yep. 1 billion is the supply. We got 2 holders. See, and you can go in here and then you could do some exploring. You could go find who the holders are to some degree. 70%. So that's got to be the team wallet. I'm assuming that's the team wallet. If I'm reading right. And then here's the other 30%. And you can see other tokens they hold there too. And there's people sending them all kinds of shit. Man, guys, it is coming. That token is going to launch. And people are sending it some shit coins, see? Kanye Westo, all kinds of fake Yeezy tokens. Yeah, people are just sending it all kinds of garbage here. What they hope is that some people are like tracking the wallet and they just go buy shit in the wallet and, by accident even. These Doginal dogs, right? That might even be from that Bark dude. Right? That might be the Bark dude's token. No, it looks like a fake one of the Bark dude's token, just created yesterday. So anyway, there's stuff you can learn if you poke around on Explorers and just start tracking stuff. It's interesting. Like at the very least, it's interesting stuff. It is coming. It's probably coming tonight. Are you guys buying? I'm curious. In the chat, 1 if you're buying, 2 if you're not touching this thing, 3 if you're considering and you're just going to watch and play it by ear. But 1 is buying, and I'm buying. Like no matter what I'm buying, like even if I buy 1 token, Yeah, dude, 1. Yeah, a lot of 1s. Eduardo, good morning, man. Yeah, Volatility buying, Ronan buying. Hoods is buying. Whirly Girl's waiting and watching. Yeah, Dad, I'll send you the CA right after. Yep. Dude, Payne was awesome. Payne did it perfectly. They really, that was one of the best launches we've seen. It's been a minute, man. It really has. Like, pre-sale was great. Yeah, Payne was awesome. The Kanye thing, I'm buying it just to collect. I'm literally treating it like a collectible. I'm going to buy some token, and if it does great, awesome. If it's dead, I'm assuming it's dead. I'm assuming it's a scammy thing. I'm going to buy and lose, and I don't care. I think it's got a chance. And if I bought a $200 STEM player, how can I not buy my favorite thing in the world is crypto? How do I not buy Kanye crypto? You know what I mean? How do I not? So just remember, guys, if you are trying to get in early, you're going to have to adjust fees. You're going to have to. Like, there's going to be so much volume. You're going to have to go in there, and it's like 2 settings, too. You're going to have to, adjust the fee, and then there's, a priority fee, too. You're going to have to bump them both up. So just be aware of that. DJen, I'm with you. I like the idea of him doing it's awesome. Can he make it actually useful? And the usefulness can be something small. It's just payment token in your ecosystem. It's that simple. It's that simple. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for it. To be honest, I'm pretty pumped, and I'm gonna buy some. And then last thing here, guys. Look, probably a nothing burger. And I'm sure it's a nothing burger, but Becker's dropping his meme coin sooner rather than later, and there's a chance it's actually cool. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to do it the right way. I really do think he is. And he's given away more allocations to his token. He did an hour live stream this weekend, gave away some more spots. I don't know. I like him. I think it's going to be a good drop. So keep your eyes on that. I think like Pain, I think the more official tokens from good people that are done in a more safe way, I think those will do well. So I think the Becker token it'll do well. And at the very least, I'm rooting for him. So I'd say keep your eyes on that one. I have a good feeling about that one, Spidey sense wise. Volatility, I'm going to be buying on Jupiter. Just because that's where I bought Melania and I was able to get through again by adjusting fees. So I'll probably buy on Jupiter. I mean, shit, dude, maybe I'll buy. So does it make sense to buy on Moonshot, like right on his site? I'm guessing no, because you're paying fees, but I don't care much about that. If it's faster to do that and you get the tokens right away, I maybe got to consider that. Keep in mind, too, the play might be buying Sol. Like, check this out again. If it's a Solana token, right? If it's a Solana token and people got to buy some Sol to go buy this thing, I mean, I would kind of think that this pushes it back up maybe to 200. Maybe you get a nice, like, 25% return, something like that, you know? It's a maybe, but it's worth considering. Buying some Sol might not be a bad idea ahead of this. Either way, it should be chaos. You're right, DGen? Dude. Solana's looking either interesting here or scary as fuck. I think it looks pretty interesting. And it can definitely go lower. But look, we all know meme coins aren't going away. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. They're not going away. And, meme coins just mirror the rest of the market. They mirror sentiment. So if sentiment's bad across the board, meme coins, they suffer. And then Solana, just because that's its main product here. Man, this is wild shit. Look at Puppet's 0.043. Dude, wild. NodeMonk's down almost 10% in the past 24 hours. That's wow. Dude, it's looking rough out there. Pudgy's under 0.9, or excuse me, under 90th. Dude, absolutely fucking wild. If you guys missed last week too, look at On-Chain Heroes. They got up to 0.5, I think, maybe even 0.6. Cooking. There's some good stuff out there. I'm feeling great about Abstract. Yeah, man. Interesting day ahead of us, I think. Yeah, long soul. I think I'm with you guys there. Yep. Okay. Let me think what else. Afternoon show, 2 p.m. Eastern time. All the same places, right? Catch it on YouTube. Catch it on Abstract. Catch it right here on X as well. But if you miss it, catch the replay here over on YouTube. So subscribe again. SlamX official over there. Follow the Swarm_AI. News coming. I think it's this week, boys. I think it is. SlamAI_XYZ. So follow all of them. Of course, right here at CryptoSlam.io. And you can follow me at Hudah_idiot. I just need a graphic, don't I? I just need a graphic that pops up for all this stuff. That's probably a better idea. But there you go. Follow all of us. And guys, I hope your day is excellent. I'll see you in a bit on the Swarm Report. Appreciate all of you hanging and joining. Leave a like, comment, all that stuff. It does help a ton. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.